Hey, remember when Charlie Kirk got shot and people realized that Google Analytics has a feature you can use to see what people have searched around an event, and that someone discovered that people were searching Charlie Kirk's death before the day that he was actually shot? Remember that? And remember all of those other major events that you can also look on Google Analytics and you can see that people were searching that same very thing before the event even happened? Well, a new one was just discovered. In the last 90 days, Israel has had a spike of 100 or more people searching the term you can see at the top, Disneyland terrorist. Here's another one, 100 people or more that have searched ISIS attacks Disneyland. And here's another one, Disneyland bombing. Over 100 people have searched that in the last 90 days in the country of Israel. And here's another one, in the last 90 days by the nation of Israel, Disneyland attacks. It's awesome that they've managed to leave this tool up for people to use by Google, because it's going to be the downfall, or at least we're going to be able to disrupt a lot of these plans. Now, we may not be able to stop these things from happening, but hopefully we can maybe deter them from actually wanting to do it. If this still happens, if anything happens at Disneyland anytime in the near future, remember this video, save it, share it with other people. I promise you, they're either going to not do it anymore because people have found out the method to discovering this stuff, or it's going to happen and they're going to say, it was just a coincidence.
So I did do it myself to test it, and it is indeed still there.
The White House had their Hanukkah party and then they lit their menorah. Of course, they haven't lit the entire thing yet. It's not over yet. But you can't display a nativity scene, and you can display a menorah on the White House lawn. I find that interesting. There's been a permanent menorah in the White House since 2022, the year of the firsts. Back in 1989, the United States Supreme Court banned the display of a nativity scene alone at any government building. This is the County of Allegheny versus the ACLU. Because there's no secular decoration like flying reindeer and Santa Claus, you can't display something that might imply that you're endorsing a religion. In Lynch versus Donnelly, 1984, the court argued that secular symbols dilute the religious message, and the government wouldn't want to try to imply they support one religion over another.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Thank you all very much.
For the last 46 years, the United States Capitol, directly south in Lafayette Park, has lit a menorah and had a Hanukkah party ever since President Jimmy Carter. And for the last 36 years, they've had a menorah in the White House since 1989. They have displayed a White House menorah continuously since 2022. And they even erected a large menorah on the White House lawn. But hey, we wouldn't want any overt expression of religious symbology on government property. That might imply that the government supports one religion more than another. I love you guys. Merry Christmas.
They're literally rubbing it in our face. Honestly, this shit's pretty embarrassing.
Did you know in cities all over America, when you connect the Outback Steakhouse locations on a map, this is the design that they make? And it's not just one or two cities in America that have multiple Outback Steakhouse locations that make the design of a literal pentagram. It's tons of them. So ask yourself the question, is this really a normal steakhouse, or are they a cult who got their success based off of worshiping Satan? I don't know about you, but I know my answer. Let's get out of here.
Son of a I mean, how dare you?
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves?
There is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, 'cause
the economic advisor to the President of the United States was that gentleman, right?
They calculated that he was thanked more times than God at the Oscars.
My agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
Especially Harvey.
I'd like to thank Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey.
I found out very quickly that he was making payments on average like every week
to
various people that he'd assaulted. But they had to sign something called an NDA, a non-disclosure, and I'd never heard of this. And I said, well, if you sign a non-disclosure, you mean you can never tell, like, your therapist or a friend? And in my mind, I was like, oh, then you can never heal from this. I can't do that. So then I also thought, well, so I did something through, and I have the document, I provided that later document to the New York Times, which was, I said, I kind of tricked them. I asked for the smallest number I could think of that would still seem reasonable. I didn't want $1 million because then I'd have to sign an NDA. But if I asked for 100,000, then I had thought two things. I could buy a billboard. I wanted to buy a billboard and it said like, loser Weinstein is a rapist. But what that 100,000 got me was a document saying this is to buy peace. But it was not a non-disclosure.
I see. Which allowed you to be able to
That was the
disclose.
trick. I sometimes wonder, like, had I shut up, and this would be especially Oscar time, when I would see all these people thanking him.
Don't forget that the CIA can take over your car's steering at any moment. Yeah, look up Vault 7. These are released CIA documents. If you own an Audi, a BMW, a Jeep, a Ford, or a Honda, your car operates on the QNX system. So be careful what you say in your car. Literally. Anyways, this is my hybrid. And yeah, luckily I don't own one of those. But it does make you think. How many people have died in weird car accidents, right?
Here's how I know that there is more fraud going on than we know about, and it's because the United States is $38 trillion in debt, and stuff isn't nice. We have spent every dollar we've ever made. We have spent $38 trillion past that, and flights are still delayed. Teachers barely get paid. Schools suck. The kids don't know anything. Test scores are bad. Traffic sucks. The I-35 is perpetually under construction. I have to drive home like it's Tokyo Drift because I've memorized where all the potholes are. What's going on here? If you had a buddy that was $38 trillion in credit card debt, he'd have some cool stuff. It'd be really nice. You show me a country's budget and I see that they're $38 trillion in debt, and I think, oh, it must be all the free healthcare. Oh, we pay for that? What did we spend $38 trillion on?
When my father and his friend acquired the Bigfoot September 23rd, 1953, they noticed something right away. While transporting them, they noticed that they had magnetic properties. This is all of them. Every part of the Bigfoot has magnetic properties to it. Some areas it seems like a little bit more than others. The Bigfoot rushed my father and his friend. They had no choice, as my father said.
What happened to the rest of it?
Looking through a thermal under white hot. There's a truck. You can zoom in on the truck. Let's get our focus. Okay. That truck is about 150 yards away. Okay. Now, that's the moon. And we're just going to start scanning the sky because there's a lot of shit going on that you can't see with the naked eye that I cannot explain. They're not bugs. They're not bats. Here. That's what a plane looks like. Okay. And there's something next to the plane. I don't know what it is. Okay. There goes a shooting star, I think. But you catch my drift? That's out in front of the plane. And I don't know what it is. It's like the plane's following it. Not a satellite. They're all over the place. Can't see them with the naked eye. Have no idea what they are. But they're freaking... See that one just turned? Just turned. They're not bats. They're everywhere.
You gotta see the alignment for even with content creators and who they're aligning with. MrBeast, he just aligned with the Rockefellers. What type of move is that?
What kind of shit is going on?
So we're talking a guy named MrBeast. Beast System. Who is aligning with the Beast System? So get this, two things. MrBeast gets with Rockefeller and he is doing charity work. Now he's over there helping people in Africa, kids and all that stuff with the Rockefeller Foundation. Now two things. For one, have you guys seen his food line, Feastables?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast?
Yes, Mr.
Nah,
Beast.
break it down.
Okay, so there is a particular, I believe is a Sour Patch brand in Feastables. If you look on the bag, it has these little swirlies. Now, what does it look like?
That PDF file symbol, right?
The PDF
Boy
file
lover?
symbols that came from the FBI raid disclosure that they have in 07.
Interesting.
Showing the triangles, swirls, looks exactly like it. That's one. Now you're helping kids in Africa. Weird, but also the fact that you're teaming up with Rockefeller, they, for one,
That can never be good.
yeah, that can never be good. Let's run down real quick who they are. They funded the school system.
Oh, the original indoctrination camp.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know that they funded the school system and they got the idea from war-torn Europe, from Stalin, to indoctrinate kids, because whenever they had a war, guess what? Now you have a bunch of indoctrinated kids ready to go to war because you've been in school for 8 hours a day telling them propaganda. The fact that this guy who plays Squid Games with people, look at all his games. He has Squid Game types of content all the time. But tell me why. Mr. Beast, his grandfather worked for Raytheon.
Oh shit.
Who are they? Raytheon is one of the biggest contractors for the military on Earth.
Wow, these people got government ties.
So you have a military contract defense company that is the biggest in the military. You have to look at pattern recognition. Who else is part of the government that's in either tech or content or people who are aligning with these people? Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah.
His grandfather is one of the founders of DARPA.
I can't.
Once you start to put the pieces together, you're like, wait a minute.
Can't.
You aren't really who you say you are.
Yeah, you're not self-made. You ain't get it out the mud.
Seems like it.
You ain't get out the mud, buddy.
This is just what I think, but I think Mr. Beast's content is slowly just trying to normalize the fact of basically what Squid Games was, offering people crazy amounts of money to sacrifice or risk their life just to try to win. I feel like that's what they're trying to slowly normalize, if it isn't already.
I almost got raped by a Hollywood producer. We were invited to this restaurant and it was closed. This is the second time that's happened. Like, these producers will invite you for dinner. They'll be like, come to dinner, it's closed. Strange, right?
Yeah.
I get in there, I don't drink. And he's like, grab a drink. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. He pressured me so much, I'm like, it, all right. I grab a drink and he's like, I want you to meet two businessmen. These are my friends, they're super cool. The one guy had some big house in the hills and he kept saying, hey man, you want to come to my house and see my room? And I look at him like, what? It would throw stuff at the wall, see if it sticks. And when I would look at them weird, they'd pull it back real quick. This producer kept coming up to me in my ear. He's like, dude, I have an interview tomorrow with Chris Hemsworth. This new movie he's in, I can get you a role in this thing. Just come party with us tonight. I'm drinking a little bit and I felt a little strange. 100% I took 2 sips of alcohol and I'm almost passing out.
Jeez.
You tell me what happened. And he hands me my drink like this and I grab it. I know there was no time for him to drink.
Wow.
The restaurant was in on it, and I will tell you the name of the restaurant right after this. It was in West Hollywood.
Like the answer is yes. We go for the French. We go for the lot.
You know, the shakes, the French fries, the burgers. I mean,
This is a massive
attack on your health. Never mind.
And the same thing with McDonald's? Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah, I think it was McDonald's, lunch, Chick-fil-A, dinner.
Honestly, nobody at this point should be surprised. You see all the ingredients that get put into anything we consume. I just think it's crazy how they're being so open about it now.
Shocking news. A 42-year-old mechanic escaped from a hospital in the northern United States in a state of panic, shouting, "They want to take my organs." At first, police believed he was delirious after a minor accident, but 2 hours later, a raid changed everything. The man, Mark Delcourt, was admitted for a minor injury, but his file had been altered to irrecoverable, and he was moved to a technical/maintenance wing. The doors were locked. The cameras were turned away. Mark heard 2 people whispering, "No family, we start tonight." In panic, he ripped out his IV, crawled into a ventilation duct, and escaped. Police thought he was still panicking, but Mark insisted there are more people alive in there. At 0047, a special tactical unit raided the basement. They found 4 patients strapped down, one lying on a table next to a tray of surgical tools stained with dried blood. Behind a false wall, they discovered a secret room containing 6 unregistered medical refrigerators and 28 files marked with a red X. The American public is in shock. A hospital, supposedly the safest place, suddenly appears to be the most dangerous for patients without family by their side.
I don't know if this is real or not, but I really wouldn't put it past the hospitals. Organ harvesting is pretty big. It's a pretty booming market. I think it's just scarier to know or hear that it's going on inside hospitals. Like, the hospitals are in on it too.
You guys remember the show To Catch a Predator?
with Chris Hansen. Yeah, that got canceled because they caught a Congress member. He killed himself while filming. What is going on here?
This seems like more of a reason to keep the show going instead of ending it.
I want to ask you something, man. Hey, ask me something. Because I watch your videos, man. I made a review of one of your videos. All right, what is it? So I forgot what it's called, but you made a video. I want to know, man. Are you gay?
Gay, bro? Only for Ronaldo.
Yeah! I know your father is a Christian.
Okay.
Are you a Christian?
Am I a Christian? Okay. See, that's a very, great question, you know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this, okay?
No. Answer the question first.
Okay, first of all, I came here to see Ronaldo. I'm in Manchester right now. You're asking me questions about God, okay? Let me tell you this. Stop talking to me, sir. Have a nice day.
I thought so. The man is gay for Ronaldo. His father's a Christian, and he's afraid to acknowledge the question because he knows what I'm saying is right. All those who sell their soul for money, for fame, and living in sodomite, effeminate lifestyles will find themselves in hell.
Dude just made himself look so bad. It was honestly such a simple question. The fact that he dodged it and did all of that lets you know exactly who he represents.
I don't drink. I find it unproductive.
Own up to your bullshit. Yeah,
Stop.
Damn, don't you look foolish.
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Stop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Stop lying. Yeah, right.
I know this is AI, but could you imagine if it wasn't a whole museum just exactly like this dedicated to all these like strange events or events? But I know you guys seen Kenneth Copeland blink, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the prize would be worth it.
Yes, I did. Keep my front door down. Dad was in jail, mama was in jail. She looked like running mom. Man, my wife amazing. See pretty ladies, and I start fornicating.
What's up? This is crazy, bro. Technology, bro. Can you wave one more time for me? That's crazy, bro.
I like how he did the little Chinese cat thing though.
You're having a good time. Be sure to tell all your friends. Hey, good band lady. Can we pull over? I need to make pee-pee. I'll just go in my mouth. It gets worse. Can I ask you a really crazy question?
Yeah, shoot.
Do you ever have weird thoughts about,
I don't find this funny at all, and I'm genuinely asking, who was this for? This wasn't underground comedy, it was on mainstream TV, proved, aired and laughed along with. She wasn't a nobody either. She had prime time slots, award shows, huge platforms. So who exactly was laughing at a joke like this? When this kind of language is normalised on TV, you absorb it before you can even understand it. And it's because adults are making it acceptable. I'm honestly asking, does anyone actually think this is funny? Or are we just pretending it's okay because it was on TV? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
Bro, what kind of Jewish comedy is this, bro? And before you guys ask, yes, she is Jewish.
We will talk about Jews, and that is it. Jew, 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 Jew. Jew, 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 Jew.
I'm genuinely curious how that would play out.
Don't shake that hand.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Because Aaron's a Jew. Oh, gross.
I mean, he's not wrong. Seth Rogen is a Jew.
Every time I go down that Bayside Miami Mall rabbit hole, that shit scares the hell out of me. Because how is it that you can Google, you can search, you can ask ChatGPT what happened and nobody can tell you what happened? It's like whoever wiped this shit clean, wiped the whole internet clean. And for those of you that don't remember what happened, Bayside Miami Mall, people said they seen large figures, 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet tall figures in this mall that came through a portal. Police was called. It was a whole lot of police there. Mind you, but when the reports come out, they're saying that they came to the mall because of teenagers fighting. If you look at the footage of this shit, the footage that's still there, you'll see all of these damn police cars. Why would you send that many police cars just for teenagers fighting? Okay, went down a few rabbit holes. Videos that were up of people saying what they really seen are gone. So you telling me that people just made all this shit up? That's what you telling me? How the fuck is it possible for all this information to come out at one time? Videos, etc., etc., etc. And I'm gonna say this is for entertainment purposes only. But there was videos on all platforms saying what these people saw. Now these videos are gone. I guess I'm the one tripping, right? Teenagers fighting does not mandate a whole police station to come to Bayside Miami Mall. And if you don't believe any of this, go down the rabbit hole. I've made videos about this before. I'm still confused. I just do not understand how this shit happened and we know nothing about it.
Apparently, they grounded all aircraft, jammed cell phones in the area, and silenced all radios. And yet nobody's talking about that. The amount of people that have phones nowadays and not nobody caught a thing. I don't know, maybe it was just a huge distraction to lead us away from something else. That's all I can think of.
To me, this is where we keep the children. All right, the top floor in that Malibu house was covered in stuffed animals. There was a room with a bunch of bunk beds. At dinner, mind you, after that experience, I tried to block it out and just laugh it off because it's hard. Because you trust these people. I love them. I love them so much. I love them. And then a month later, Seth tells me at the dinner table, we need to have a talk about chicken. And in case you're not aware, chicken is a pedophile code word for very young child. He told me he's into kids. I don't know what more data people want. We have like tons of cult state imagery that was on their Instagram, which have since gone private. He told me he was a pedophile. There's a secret room. There's like stuffed animals everywhere.
And then it's even crazier when you notice that all these whistleblowers end up committing suicide.
Giant portal for the local principalities. Now, if you saw my last video, you know about the stones and what I mentioned about the rituals. Look what it's called. Transcending. Come on, guys. Really? If you can't, do I have to explain this? Now, I actually came here before and I prayed standing here. I'm gonna show you. Right there. You know what happened? My feet started burning when I saw, because I was praying against this thing. But look, watch this. Look at this. fallen ones. Now, I know they're going to tell you that it's supposed to represent certain things, but all this stuff has spiritual symbology to it. And all these stones, it's to channel energy. It's a big part of a big old ritual.
And if things weren't already suspicious, they got Scientology right in the middle of it. This could just be me being crazy, but I genuinely think that there's something up with Scientology, and they might eventually open up a portal one day and bring people in, or they're trying to get out.
And these babies that are called pickled punks, it was a huge phenomenon. So pickled punks is the Carney term for human fetuses preserved in jars of formaldehyde, and they use them as sideshow attractions. And they're displayed some sort of anatomical abnormalities, such as conjoined twins or deformities, all these things at this point. The more messed up they were, the more popular they were.
Well, yeah, it's because...
But I want to tell you guys something when we're talking about numbers. Now, if this was a little bit, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But I want you to play a guess again. First of all, we'll use Ulysses Aldrovandi, okay? He was a royal, and he had his own collection of pickled punks. Do you want to take a guess how much one person had?
Oh, this is going to be some...
He's like a royal.
Ridiculously high number. Again. I don't know, 5,000?
In just his collection.
18,000 of them in one person's possession? He was doing a lot more than just collecting them.
Look carefully. I bet you never noticed this. Check that out. He's about to give this. We all know what that is. Baphomet face, right? About to give that to Jenny, right? And then
I want you to have this.
there's gonna be something that is very strange.
Forrest, I can't keep this.
Alright, look carefully. With his right hand, he's gonna put his peace sign up, right? But look carefully at the left hand.
Just like that, she was gone.
What does that look like? He had one finger out. Now watch this. It's very clear. Baphomet salute. I mean, that's just something strange that people don't do with their other hand. And then right after that scene, guess what else it is? Moon landing. Bullshit. I don't know what to make of it, but just figured I'd show you that.
That's crazy. Also, why would the Medal of Honor be a pentagram?
Black Star most depth quality. Good soda band hoes try me.
Here it is again, slowed down. As Beyonce sits down with Molly Meldrum, her dress folds.
Look at the shape. Look, do you see? There it is. There it is. There it is. What is that? Is that a baby bump? No, I had my baby bump. Many of you have had baby bumps. I never remember my baby bump squat. I wouldn't be able to sit like that. Like, I was so concerned about my back and the baby. Even at 5 months, you know, I sat like this, right?
We're learning that the former talk show host has been diagnosed with a form of dementia.
News. Wendy Williams is suffering from dementia and aphasia.
Yeah, they had to have poisoned her or gave her something. Everybody knows nobody likes getting called out on their bullshit.
I'm Jewish and proud because Jews have always done what's right. We've led the fight for gay rights. Harvey Milk fought to ban discrimination based on sexual orientation. Eddie Windsor was a leader in the fight for marriage equality. Miriam Ben Shalom challenged the ban on gay people serving in the military. We've helped lead the fight for racial justice. Our rabbis are BFFs with MLK. Together with black leaders, Jews helped to establish over 20 HBCUs. During the civil rights movement, Jews were disproportionately involved in the protests. We've led the fight for women's rights, for equal pay and the right to choose, and against discrimination in the workplace.
So basically every conspiracy theory is true. They're the ones ruining our society. And they did this here in the West. Why? Why couldn't they do this in their own country? I have no idea. Also, what the hell is that necklace? Probably some satanic Jew shit. it's funny how they can say they did all these things, but like if we say they do these things, it's anti-Semitic. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. And if you guys do want another video, let's go ahead and get 250 likes on this video. And I got you guys again tomorrow. I know I disappeared for a minute again. I'm not going to lie. I had a pretty rough end of 2025 and I had to move out and pretty much come to Georgia. So I'm just adjusting and, adjusting to my new environment. So that's why it was kind of taking me a minute. I apologize. But yeah, like I said, once I get everything settled in here, then I should probably start uploading more again. But anyways, I appreciate every single one of you guys that hangs out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.